Hello everyone, this is Manish R. K. Sahu, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, SIPMT, Raipur. So next we see the dynamic characteristics. It is a set of criteria that provides description of measurement under dynamic conditions, right? And the various dynamic characteristics are: first, speed of response, it is a desirable property. Second, measuring lag, it is an undesirable property. Third one is a dynamic errors, it is also an undesirable property. And last one is a fidelity, that is a desirable. So let's see the first characteristics, dynamic characteristics, that is speed of response. It is defined as rapidity or speed with which a measuring instrument responds to a change in the measured quantity, right? And it is a desirable property. So इंस्ट्रूमेंट किस स्पीड से क्या हो रहा है, किस स्पीड से इनपुट को रिस्पॉन्ड कर रहा है, दैट इज द क्वालिटी ऑफ एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट. इट इज नोन एज स्पीड ऑफ रिस्पॉन्स. इन अदर वर्ड्स, अ मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट मस्ट पोजेस स्पीड ऑफ रिस्पॉन्स. मतलब हर इंस्ट्रूमेंट में स्पीड ऑफ रिस्पॉन्स होना ही चाहिए. नेक्स्ट इज मेजरिंग लैग. सो इट इज डिफाइंड एज द रिटार्डेशन. Retardation means deceleration, no motion or delay of a measurement system to change in the measurement quantity. It is an undesirable property, right? So the measuring lag is of two types. First, retardation type. Sometimes you are giving input and your output is not coming, your instrument stops. Similarly, your instrument is taking much more time for giving you output, that is time delay type. So this characteristics is known as measuring lag, and it is an undesirable property. An instrument should not have measuring lag. Next is a dynamic error. It is the difference between the true value of the quantity changing with time and the value indicated by the measurement system. It is also called measurement error, right? Errors are the elements of uncertainties in any measurement system. It is the difference between true value and the measured value. What is the measured value? The reading of your instrument is known as measured value, and it is an undesirable property. It's quite obvious. Fidelity. Fidelity is the desirable property of any instrument. It means fidelity signifies the life of your instrument, the performance of your instrument, and it is defined as a degree to which a measurement system indicated the change in the measured quantity without any dynamic error. In other words, fidelity is the measurement of reliability of any measuring instrument, right? Fidelity is the measurement of the reliability of any measuring instrument, that your instrument is not giving any errors. For example, the true value of any temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, it's a room temperature, and your instrument is giving the reading 25 degrees Celsius, which is accurate, right? But after 25 years, you are having the same condition, same room, same temperature, that is 25 degrees Celsius, and your instrument is giving the same result, 25 degrees Celsius. It means your instrument is having high value of fidelity, right? So these are the dynamic characteristics of any instrument. First one was speed of response. Second one is measuring lag. Third one was the dynamic errors, and fourth one was fidelity, right? Let's see errors. There are three types of errors. First is random error, second is gross error, and third one is a systematic error, right? First one is random error. These are accidental, small and independent errors. They vary in an unpredictable manner. The common cause of these errors are friction, hysteresis, vibration and electromagnetic effects. The external parameters affect your instrument performance and creating some error. So this kind of errors are known as random error, right? The common causes: friction, your mechanical instrument may have friction, your electrical instrument may have hysteresis, mechanical or electrical or electronics, all the instrument having motion can feel or can experience vibration and electromagnetic effects. So these are the causes for the random errors. Second one is a gross error. These errors occur due to human mistakes during the observation, right? Point to be noted. These errors occur due to human mistakes during the observation. It is impossible to eliminate the gross errors completely, but it can be avoided by adopting the following measures. First, proper care while taking the reading, and second, more that one reading should be taken. If you are measuring up height of particular machine, so you have to take at least 10 to 15 readings for avoiding gross error, right? And third type of error is systematic error. These errors occur due to the repetition of experiment. As the name suggests, systematic error, system. So these errors can be avoided by carrying out regular maintenance and inspection. Basically these errors are caused by system itself. System means your measuring instrument, right? And these errors occur due to the repetition of experiment. You are doing the repetition, same experiment 100 times in a day, right? Or 3000 times in a week, in a month. So due to this repetition, there might be chances of inertia, vibration, hysteresis. So the errors inside the instrument is known as systematic error. Next point is calibration. So the instrument calibration is one of the primary processes used to maintain instrument accuracy. Calibration is the comparison of measurement values delivered by the device under test with those of a calibration standard of known accuracy, right? Suppose you are using a watch and it is having a low battery or no battery, zero battery, and suddenly it stops working. What will you do? You will change your battery or charge your battery and match the time with the correct instrument, or match the correct time with any other clock or watches, right? So this comparison or this process is known as calibration. So you are matching your time with a standard clock. Such a standard could be another measurement device of known accuracy, a device generating the quantity to be measured, such as voltage, sound tone, a physical artifact such as meter, ruler, etc. The outcome of the comparison can result in one of the following: no significant error being noted on the device under test. Second, a significant error being noted but no adjustment made. And third one, an adjustment made to correct the error to an acceptable level, right? So basically calibration is done to avoid or to eradicate the errors of any instrument. Although the exact procedure may vary from product to product, the calibration process generally involves using the instrument to test samples of one or more known values called calibrators, right?